feel.
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
dries really, really quick. So the cookie you can just apply and blend it in. You might have to look into some different lights just to make sure. But the best thing, the most thing, or the most important thing, is just to make sure that you blend this in really well. Well, really with makeup overall, you gotta just make sure you blend it in. Like if you just put on a little bit of makeup and you just tap it on your face and start blending it in, it's a mess. You got a whole lot of makeup on. You have to do the same thing. Just blend it in. Okay, so I have my flat shader brush. This is e.l.f. So you high end, low end, middle end, department store, drugstore, it doesn't matter. So I'm trying to think like what was I going for? I want to be neutral. So I think what I'll do is I want to start with Rule, my favorite color, my favorite transition contour color. So we'll start right here, above your crease. And this is like a really good tone for a lot of ladies, you know, warm, nude, orange tone. You just working it right into your crease with a fluffy brush. I don't know, I got this out of a Ipsy box or a Birch box, but you know, I cancel both of those subscriptions, yeah. But you know, right now, I have my Boxy Charm subscription, so they have, you know, better brushes, better options that I'll definitely use and I'll share in future videos. So to see that, it's just a little bit warmer than my skin tone, so I'm just blending it in. I like to go right above my crease. This circular motion, so you can do the same thing here, or you can do the windshield wiper, whichever one's easier for you. But I usually do a little bit of both just to get it blended really well. Okay? And then right after that, I'm going to use the same fluffy brush. And this is the palette that I have that I've been trying it forever though. See that? I even hand wrote all of those. I have a little excess at one time, but I don't do it anymore. I just make sure I just use all my makeup, I'm not buying as much. So this one here, so the brown script that I'm using on that, it's a little deeper, a little browner. I'm just going right in the crease. You kind of build the color up. So it just all blends together. Blend it in. I know, I'm gonna do a quick phase. This is like a good everyday phase, but it may not be that quick. So I didn't really promise quick. I just promised what's appropriate. So I'm gonna get my brush here, and next thing I'm gonna do, so I think I'm just gonna use a really nude color on my lid. And I like to use Tete Tint. You see that? Tete Tint. Blow some of it off, and tap it off, blow it off. I'm just gonna tap it right on my lid. You gotta be careful. That's what some people like to do their eyes first, you know, so they don't have that fallout. That's why I always try to make sure I just tap a little bit at a time. And really, this is almost getting a cut crease effect, but it's not gonna like this. I'm gonna blend it all in together. See that? I'm right back on my lid. Tapping in. This is a very powdery color. So a lot of times these powdery shades, you can just tap it. Sometimes you can spray your brush, put a little bit of the Studio Fix or any other fix from these different brands, any kind of sprayer. Just do that, use that first, and then tap it on. But I don't like to really use that with nude or with matte colors. I'll do that more with the sparkly or shinier, glittery color. So see that? I'm just gonna. I really need a clean brush. I think I got a clean brush here. So I'm gonna use a clean brush just to blend it all in together. See that? Just blend it in. Blend it all in. Alright, so over, not really, I wouldn't say my tear duct, but just over to the side of my eye. Just blend it over just a little bit. No, what you're doing, you just blend it all together. So I'm gonna use the same brush. You see, it's clean, sorta. And it's really close. The color I want to use is Arena. It's really close to my skin tone. I'm just gonna go right under my brow. You see, like I'm just using my hand. This is like my artist use, my artist palette. That's it. Not a lot, but it just makes it a complete look. Just going right under the brow. And one thing, just because I do have dark eyes, like if you see like right under my eye, I'm not sure how close you can see it, but like right under my eyes are very dark. Right under there is very dark. I don't wear eyeliner, especially not under my eye, so the next thing for me now is going to be mascara. So with my mascara, my favorite some dimensions to your lip, so you've lined it darker, you filled it, you've lined it darker with the burgundy, I filled it in with my half red,